The weather does not fail people. The systems designed to warn and protect fail. When they fall short, the cost is measured in more than dollars. In the early 2000s, academic and government researchers promised a revolution in weather sensing. Programs like collaborative adaptive sensing of the atmosphere were developed for tens of millions of dollars and aimed to replace legacy radar with dense, adaptive networks. The North Central Texas Council of Governments adopted the system in 2012, but has failed to expand beyond the local level to the detriment of many other areas in need. Radar coverage gaps and slow refresh rates reduces crucial information flow regarding severe weather parameters. Lack of timely, decision-quality information continues to hamper warning and response times. The real-world impacts are continuously felt, as seen in Texas with flash flooding in the Hill Country and in widespread flooding across the Carolinas. Millions in the United States and billions across the globe are in need of a better solution. Solution approaches include satellite options and modernized land-based radar systems. However, space-based commercial efforts lack the revisit timelines required to provide severe weather parameters for threats like tornadoes and flash floods. The NOAA RadarNext effort incorporates the correct idea, but is mired in unnecessary bureaucratic hurdles and decades-long timelines.
In modern warfare, the fastest innovator and iterator will be the winner. And no one can out-innovate an American entrepreneur who has been liberated from the constraints of stifling bureaucracy. That old era ends today. We are done running a peacetime science fair while our potential adversaries are running a wartime arms race. We need to be blunt here. We can no longer afford to wait a decade for our legacy prime contractors to deliver the next perfect system, only to find that it's delivered years behind schedule and cost 10 times what it should.
As the Secretary of War stated, the old way of doing business must change. If we can shift the paradigm, the necessary sensors and tools, like the StormQuant proprietary radar hardware and software platform, can be put in the hands of those users in need, in both civilian and military capacity.
Last night, the weather broke just enough, clearing a path that only the most skilled aviators in the world could maneuver through. Ocean, mountain, low cloud ceilings, but when tasked with a mission, this organization does not quit.
StormQuant is the proven solution. StormQuant has built a hardware and software end-to-end solution that advances the technology at a fraction of today's legacy system costs. Hardware and software systems are currently deployed in multiple counties in Florida, supporting the Florida Division of Emergency Management. In addition, agreements are in place for support at Vance Air Force Base, Oklahoma, and final discussions to support the Space Force and major launch agencies on the eastern and western ranges. In addition, FCC licenses have already been granted for locations in Georgia, Alabama, and South Carolina, with Texas and California in progress. StormQuant has built state-of-the-science X-band radars. This advanced hardware's relatively low cost allows for large number deployments to mitigate or eliminate current radar gaps. In addition, remote monitor and control capability allows for rapid transition between scan types to provide targeted weather updates in a matter of seconds versus legacy minutes. In addition to hardware, StormQuant has developed cutting-edge software with the Weather Viewer workspace to allow for integration of data and imagery response previously unavailable. StormQuant's patented grid mesh technique allows for data from StormQuant and third-party radars, such as NexRad and TDWR, to be combined into a single, common operational picture. This provides the best imagery from all sources to improve the efficiency and capability of the forecasters and decision-makers. Additional capability includes real-time, full-screen, three-dimensional imaging. Analysis features include vertical and horizontal cross-sections available at any location, angle, and altitude of need. Map tools include launch trajectories and flight routes depicted in the 3D geographic space to evaluate environmental threats to operational safety or success. StormQuant's meshing capability provides a means to improve wind detection. Single radar wind detection is radial, as shown on the right, which only provides one component of direction and speed. By combining information from multiple sources, an estimate of true wind speed and direction is achievable. This gives a better assessment of what is actually occurring. An example is displayed here, where the arrows indicate the rotation typical of tornado development. Finally, StormQuant software can provide user-defined weather alerts tailored to specific operational systems, missions, and weather events. The user can select the location, weather parameters, and personnel to be notified. The system will detect when a threshold is violated and send email notifications to any listed member. The email includes the details of the alert, the radar's detection of the violation, the time and date, as well as an image of the location. This significantly increases the efficiency by allowing the system to complete the work normally required of personnel. System users at any level can leverage StormQuant software to identify the weather impacts they're concerned about and get real-time, around-the-clock monitoring, alerting, and notification. The future is now, at a fraction of the cost, at the speed of need. Better data, better tools. It's time to take the next step with StormQuant.